Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Hermetic Earth School, the Hermetic Lab. Um, there's a lot of people thinking that they're ascending. A lot of people think that they're going to be lifted up by Christ, and there's a situation at hand where humanity is locked into this satanic technology. People being born in the fall, people being born in hell, born into the aborted realms, and not understanding the demons and everything that comes along with ancient history and the destruction of Mother Earth and the feminine and the rainbow and the invasion in heaven and destroying everything that is beautiful. So you're looking at the auroras, and there's a saying, they will see heaven, but they will not be able to enter. It's a consciousness, it's a vibration. It's due to demons being infested within humanity, the fallen man, this whole entire thing of falling out of heaven. We're still on the same timeline. Well, we were, Mother Earth was, we've transitioned and come over a threshold and taken back the elements. We have taken back the frequencies, the numerical codes of the universe, symbols, turned reverse black magic, turned symbols back upright, realigned magnetic poles, all kinds of stuff. And what you need, frequencies, you need water, you need the sun, you need elements to create the rainbow prophecy. And this is the part where people can't see spiritually. They're not able to understand 100% their visions and the frequency and the transition that is taking place within their DNA. People know of chakras, but they've heard, talk about the DNA and the upgrading of the DNA, but they're coded. It's coded within heaven. It's a sacred thing. Your DNA is sacred, and we know that they have come in and they have manipulated the DNA to control the people. But we have the ones who are on the Ascension path, the ones who are holding the light down. There's a lot of strong souls out there, a lot of ancient souls who have returned to remaster and take things back, re-alchemizing Mother Earth and the universe to bring forth the prophecies, because the prophecies need to play out. And that's one of the prophecies is the chaos, the rage, the jealousy, which is outside of God's house, which is on the land of Mother Earth. Mother Earth, they talk about her being below, grounding and meditating, but in her frequency, in her consciousness, she's no longer below. And either is Venus, either is any of the divine feminine. And this is the part that it's very confusing, because the divine mother and the daughter being highly protected, and people thinking that they know what 3i Atlas is, but 3i Atlas is coded in divine protection, and so is everything else. And so coming forth into these timelines today and seeing the auroras, but not comprehending what is going on within your body, because a lot of people don't put in the time to separate from this realm to try and return back into oneself, because the people have been locked out, because people think certain people are only demonically possessed, but there's many levels of possession. You can look outside into the cities and see murder and chaos and sacrifice and all this stuff, but then you have the people who are on the Jesus path, or people who are loving, are confused of what's going on. It's the lower level of confusion, still being locked out, seeing stuff like this, but not understanding why it's happening. We were transitioning out of the old timelines of the fall, the biblical times, Egypt, and the coming out of Egypt is still a thing. We've never fully come out of Egypt. It's a spiritual thing, and that's what people can't comprehend fully, because everything is a fairy tale. Everything from the past, and then everything that is in the future, and this, the aurora is the rainbow. It's a fairy tale, but that's the consciousness of the people. Of we are like an AI of being a soul, a ball of light stuck in our human body, looking out into this realm through our human eyes, 2 eyes, and not having our third eye activated, because our mind can't comprehend how to connect our inner rainbow to this rainbow here through the consciousness of the inner sun and the outer sun, through the third eye. And so within the AI itself, they're not able to create and stay within the human body, because they've been removed, and they needed to create a place where the demons could go, kind of like you look at the terracottas and the Chinese terracottas and statues and false idols and stuff. And that's what the AI is today. It's a false idol, and the demons are within the AI. But there's, like I said, there's many levels of, they're in there, but there are also within the humans, with what has invaded America, and what has invaded Europe and the UK and other places. It's a demonic army, and it reflects what has happened in ancient history, chaos, blood sacrifice, because the whole thing with spilling of the blood, and so forth. But if you're looking at the symbolism of the Ouroboros, and people look at the Ouroboros and Quetzalcoatl and all these things of prophecy, like it's here. You're looking at the rainbow prophecy, but what are people expecting? That's the part of going into a new realm, and that's the part of being in the higher realm, but looking down into the lower. So you're lifting yourself up, being able to come out of it, but you still have to be able to comprehend the realm that you just left. That's the part where a lot of people ignore the situation outside, the fall, all of the hell that is taking place. And not really being able to advance spiritually because we have to bypass the frequencies. We have to go through the frequencies of what is out there today. People have to see. They have to go through the frequencies. They have to see the truth of their reality, that the medieval times never went away. And so the returning back to a place we fell from is understanding, your symbols. And a lot of people, frequencies and energies and the sacred animals, because the animals were hijacked, the zodiac wheels, the elements of how to create a rainbow. That's within and without. So if, God's creation was hijacked, his wife was hijacked, his daughter was hijacked, frequency came into the father to do harm to his wife and his daughter. And that's the reflection of what has come into these realms to break up the families and to destroy humanity and so forth. If you're looking at it today, because everything's not peachy, and that's the part where people want to be enlightened, but they're not looking, they're not trying to understand, because we are the reflection of the fall. We are all part of it. We all have the frequencies of it, because we were born through it. And that's, the sacrifice blood, that's the portal of the abortion, and everything. But the returning back up, that's, people can't comprehend. It's a lifting up of a frequency. It's lifting up your soul through meditation and battling your emotions and battling the frequencies and battling the nightmares and battling doubt, worry, fear, all of these lower frequencies of mind control within the system. There are people out there who are sent to you to bring you harm and to bring you down, because people are infested, and even if they don't know it. But the enlightenment, the rainbow prophecy, the love, the frequencies, unconditional love, we go around in the calendar, astrological, zodiac, numerical calendar, which is the Ouroboros, and going within Mother Earth. No one's allowed in. And that's it's a soul traveling thing, because going within, see, people going within and attempting to get back through a porthole back into heaven, back into heaven on earth, is the reflection of going through the porthole of falling out of heaven. And it is the Divine Mother's porthole, okay? The symbols, the medicine wheel, all of this stuff, the animals, everything belongs to the Divine Mother. And the attempt to get back into heaven is through her portal. And there's a threshold, and there's micro and the macro, and the people today are peas on a spiritual level of understanding the truth. People don't know anything. They're not allowed into certain realms to understand the truth of the Divine Mother. It's just the bottom line. So people think that they know spiritual stuff, but people don't understand the level of the hijack. All tribes have been hijacked. Do you understand? Native American, First Nation, Mayan, look around the world. There's no elders, there's no ancestors. They've all been killed. So this coming back to saving Mother Earth, saving heaven, saving the Divine Mother, saving the Divine Child, is saving the birthing cycle. The birthing cycle was manipulated. This is the fallout of the Mayan time. They were Maya's keepers. So people are wondering, all kinds of stuff. It's a frequency and a soul travel of coming back into a realm. Isn't she beautiful? It's a frequency that no one can come into. There's a difference between meditating in a corner like Buddha and meditating within the awakened mind. Because everyone was born outside of Buddha's temple. You're not in the lotus. You're not in the center of the lotus. Because if you were in the center of the lotus, you would understand that this goes all the way around Mother Earth. This is throughout the universe. And you would understand that those planets outside of you are within you. You can talk about it, but you're not in the frequency of it. Because we're coming upon Mars. Chaos, rage. People are trying to be enlightened. They don't understand the third eye and how deep, how spiritually deep things are. People don't understand frequencies. They think they do on the outside through sacred geometry and vibration. But when these planets spin around and around and around, and they come back into a very specific alignment, you end up in a timeline of ancient history. And within those planetary alignments of ancient history, a lot of darkness, a lot of evil, a lot of sacrificing. So we must free and go into these alignments, dig deep. Because right now, it's a race. Mercury is in front. Always has been. Because Mercury is the reflection. He's the transformation within the mama's belly. The transitions into the sun. Platinum ray. Sun, the moon, Mercury, the circle. All the way around Mother Earth. Protecting her. Protecting the universe from what is out there. There is a shield. She's protected. There's nothing but love for Mother Earth. But see, there's an attitude. There's a fire that comes because of what has come into her, what has come into the Divine Mother. And there's a lot of humans in the way. There's an attitude against the ones who have brought the sacrifice onto the children. There is an anger that comes from heaven. There is a fire that is coming. It may be from heaven, and it may be from hell. They will burn in their own fire. because of what they have done. It will be destroyed. You want to go deep. Everything is a frequency. But people can't separate the water from the fire. They don't understand the blood. They don't understand the blood and what you were born from, what you are, what is within you. You don't understand your invisible waters, the sacred water of Mother Earth and the universe. People don't understand this picture. How deep within can you go? Because all people are looking at is their chakras and a little bit of a glimpse of their inner light. Maybe some visions. But we got to go deeper. Humanity needs to see what has been keeping this light down. They need to see. They need to experience what the world has been experiencing. The world has been rising against the beast. And Americans sit here on their asses. Let it burn. Let Babylon burn. There's demons out there. There's demons amongst us. Many colors, many shapes, many sizes within the human. And people don't understand. Humanity will fall. The frequencies will bring everybody down. The situation will bring everybody down. People will fall to their knees. People will collapse spiritually. They won't know what is happening because we're already at that point of not understanding. People don't have a clue. This is why they ignore it. They don't know where to turn. They just turn to the TV. Something bigger is coming. There is an enlightenment coming for the people. There is a lifting up coming. But the people must experience the abortion. Because we have to go through the same frequencies which created the fall out of the tree. If we're going back into the tree, we have to go through the aborted realms and the frequencies of understanding. Because the only one that's going to catch you is Jesus. Because he is the one in the blood sacrifice. He is the one that sacrificed himself. The pure blood. The blood that wasn't polluted. The Divine Mother was a virgin. It was magic. Magic took place. And humans can't understand what it was. So here we are. People waiting on Christ, waiting on Jesus, but don't know how to do the work. People on the Christian path, people running on the older frequencies of Reiki back in 2012, listening to false idols and galactic people who think that they know about Atlas. Namaste.